Grateful because this is the month of March, which it just so happens is my birthday month. So I'm super excited about March being here. It's also the month of March Madness and all of my other favorites that I get to enjoy this time of year. So I'm very excited about the month of March. And I'm really, really pleased that I have this opportunity with you to be in this space, to grow and be in wisdom together. I know that with the sun now starting to peek through, and with the sun and joy of wisdom and warmth in our hearts, we know that this space has been prepared especially for us, and that we can enjoy all that it has in store for us on this glorious morning. Now, some time ago, right around the pandemic, coming out of the pandemic, we sang a song that we haven't done in quite some time. I went back and recaptured it. I rediscovered it recently, and I thought it fit really beautifully because of the changes that we're experiencing as a nation, as a world, that we can have an opportunity to sing this song again and maybe hear it with fresh ears and new eyes. So I'm just so pleased that I get to welcome back Deborah Glass, my friend Deborah, and her daughter, Hannah. They've come to be with us today, and they're going to start us out today with a song that you've heard before. It's been a while, but we get to sing it again to prepare our hearts for this blessed time we have together. It's called May We and You and I Be at Peace. This is the meta prayer. You've heard it before, perhaps, and now we get to sing it again. Please.
May I be at peace. May my heart remain open. May I awaken to the light of my own true nature. May I be healed and be a source of healing for all beings.
Okay, so there are 3 verses. It starts with, may I be at peace. May you be at peace. And then it ends with, may we be at peace. Very simple, very straightforward. Let's start again with, may I be at peace. Let's go back to the top, Cyrus. We'll start again. And I invite you to sing with Hannah. Prepare the space with me this morning. May I be at peace. Let's sing it.
May I be at peace. May my heart remain open. May I awaken to the light of my own true nature. May I be healed and be a source of healing for all beings. May you be at peace. May your heart remain open. May you awaken to the May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we awaken to the light of your own true natures. May we be healed and be a source of healing for all beings.
Good morning, everybody. Even though it's a bit cloudy, I think it's a beautiful Sunday. For those of you who are new here today, I'm Sue Cross, the board president here at NCC. It's my job to make a few announcements each Sunday. Well, that's not my only job, but it's my Sunday job. So today, after our gathering in the courtyard at 1 p.m., there's a Know Your Rights session with Luis Alleman of the Orange County Labor Federation. And so that's open to the general public and, of course, to all of us. And it should be very informative and hopefully useful in who knows what to expect these days. So we got to know our rights. Then next Sunday is going to be really fun. That's our Mardi Gras Sunday celebration. So we're going to have a really swinging band here, and we're just going to have a lot of fun singing New Orleans music and just being weird. And if you have Mardi Gras beads, wear them. Let's see, ongoing, we still have room in the mindfulness-based stress reduction course, and details of that are in the bulletin that you can get outside or in the sandpiper. If you have not yet signed up to receive that, please do so. March 23rd, there will be a spring equinox sunrise session. We're serious, folks, 6 a.m. So let's align our hearts in gratitude and acceptance for the gift of life on March 23rd. And finally, March 25th, we're going to have a Stardust gathering with Indigenous prayer and with our wonderful musical friend, Stacy Pendleton, March 25th at 6:30 p.m. Have a great day, everybody.
Sally? Yep. So as Sally comes, I want to create this moment of gathering for us. Those words, may we be at peace. It really settled my heart this morning, and I hope it settled yours too. Got an outreach earlier this week from a friend of mine who let me know that she's pregnant with her third child. And she said to me, but I don't know what world they're going to be born into, and I'm scared. I'm scared about that. She said, I'm excited for my husband and myself, but the world that they're coming into, what about that? And I said, well, it's good that we got some time to create that world for them. We got time. We yet still have time to create that world. All is not lost. We still have time to create that world. You, me, all of us together. So I have hope. Not wishful thinking, but hope. Because you and I yet still have time. Let's read our gathering words for the morning, Sally. You want to start? And you've got words too. She's going to read, and then yours will be in bold on the screen. Okay? Please, Sally.
Spirit mystery. In selfishness and insecurity, we have traded your healing for our judgment.
Your calling
for our comfort. Your truth for our traditions. Your covenant for our conventions. Your faithfulness for our fragmentation. Care in our convenience. Your solidarity for our self-righteousness. your promise for our praise. Forgive us, we pray. Speak to us again of your love, that we may know you, and by knowing you, may once again be made whole. May it be so.
Let's have a hand for Deborah and Hannah, everybody. Stay here, Hannah, stay here. They're so great and so wonderful, and I'm grateful that we're here in this moment together. I'd like to go back, if we can, back to the meta prayer at the top. May I, may you, may we. Let's do that a little bit more, Cyrus. I just want to go back to that for a moment. And I do this for a reason, because this has been a very chaotic week. Anybody had a chaotic week? Anybody? Anybody had a chaotic week? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's just change it up a little bit. Let's go back to this. Now that you know the song, let's sing it again. I really want you to have a chance to really breathe into this song. It's been a crazy, crazy few weeks for all of us. And I need to hear these words again. Maybe you do too. Before we do anything else, let's create a moment of being together. Let's breathe, y'all. Somebody breathe in with me. And then out. I just feel like the country needs to breathe. So why don't we start? Why don't we do it? Let's do it for the country.
May I be at peace.
Yeah, that's good. Let's keep going.
May my heart remain open. May I awaken to the light of my own true nature. May I be healed and be a source of healing for all beings.
Stay here, Hannah. Stay here. So I think what makes this week so interesting, in addition to all the things we've just experienced and the things we've seen in our culture, is that over the past 2 weeks, Cyrus, take me to the national vibe slide, please. In just the past 2 weeks, some interesting information has just been released by the Pew Center. And this is interesting because I learned some things that have been very new but also emerging in our culture. So as you all know, I did a TED Talk last year where I highlighted the fact that for the past 20 plus years, there has been this movement, this growing phenomenon of folks in our culture who call themselves religious nuns. They are agnostic, they are atheists, they are religiously unaffiliated. That list has been growing without any ceasing over the past 20 plus years. And of course, in the past 2 weeks, the Pew Center released some new data, Cyrus, where they're now telling us that for the first time in over 20 years, the number of folks who are identifying as Christian, that number has stabilized for the first time in a very, very long time. I find that interesting, find that peculiar even. And I even decided, upon seeing that headline, seeing that first blush bit of information, I decided to go a little step further. Here's what the information also revealed. Cyrus, let us know that now 7% of U.S. adults now identify with a religion other than Christianity. Now that's interesting because when you go inside the numbers, you realize that there's this growing number of folks from immigrant populations and, of course, in the people of color community, LGBTQ, within certain segments of the population, there is this gravitation to spirituality. There is this interesting emergence of folks who still want to be identified with something. They may not have a name for it, they may not have a label for it, but there's still a nascent, growing hunger there that has streamed across all of this change. There's still an interest in the transcendent, is my point. So yeah, numbers may be stabilizing, but what I hear above all of that is still this universal desire for the transcendent. Let's go to the next slide, Cyrus. And then even more than that, this trend has not stopped. It turns out that folks who don't identify with a religion are now having kids who don't identify with religion. That phenomenon has not stopped. That's still happening. And so I find that interesting also, that as we are going through the changes that we're seeing in our culture, we've still got this growing desire, despite all the loneliness and the division and the pain and the suffering that many are experiencing in our culture. There's still this desire to be in community, to have a place of belonging, to make a difference, to have something that we can put our hands and our heart to, greater and bigger than ourselves. Yeah, the data is clear. While folks are less traditionally religious, they still find ways to have that spiritual connection, to be seen, to be loved, to be cared for, and to be provided the tools that they need to make a difference for themselves and for those they care about. I guess what I'm saying is spirituality is still in vogue. It's still in place. And no matter what the Pew Center told us 2 weeks ago, that truth has not changed. That curiosity has not wavered. And I'll say this, no matter what happens with the religious numbers over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I am still of the mindset that spirituality is where we want to be. It's where NCC is going. It's where I think our culture is going. Yeah, there'll be ups and downs, numbers will vacillate, statistics will do what they do, but I hear that stream of commonality, that unity, that humanity, that place of common belonging. Yeah. Justice and equity, all the things that make us who we are as sourced, healing beings. Yeah. The meta prayer that we sang. That's the heart That's the legacy. I'll put it a different way. You know, if you look around right now, just look around, look around. Look around. What do you notice? What do you notice? Yeah. And do you also know that we're older? And do you also notice, I said older, I didn't say old, I said older. Yeah. And you also notice that for some reason, like many churches, our numbers have dwindled, but our heart has not changed. Our passion has not wavered. Our desire to be relevant and to offer something to the world has not changed. We have that clarity. We have that desire. It has never left us. And no matter what the numbers say, no matter how things may change out there, the story of NCC is still being written. Now, I want to talk about that in a moment, that clarity, because we're getting there. We're close. We're coming into form, rounding into shape, so that our relevance to the community and the world can increase. Now, before we do that, I want to invite Hannah to come back and her mom to create a moment for us with music and song. Hannah plays the violin, and so we've invited her to come and bless us with her gift. And then I want to come back and share a little more about this clarity, because I think the Pew Center gives me even more of a reason, our desire, our spiritual center, the need for the work that we are about to do and embark upon together. This Pew data, it only makes it even more clear that we are made for this time. NCC is perfectly made for this time. Our story that we are writing is exactly what these times are calling for. But before we do that, Hannah, would you bless us again? Thank you. Let's have another hand for Hannah, everybody. Thank you. And for her mom, Deborah. Deborah. I think that young folks and older folks, that is, folks who are the children of millennial parents, as well as the boomers, many of you even sitting in these pews now, we have a common desire, a common need for a place where we can see each other, be seen, and be unashamed of our coming together, being united as one. See, what we are fashioning is not just for them or for those, it's for us. It's the story of NCC, past, present, and what will be our future. I believe this so deeply. There's a clarity that comes with knowing who you are, what you're loyal to, and the difference you intend to make with it. You know, a couple days ago, someone reached out to me and she said, Rod, I'm participating in this economic blackout against these big corporations. And I said, well, why are you doing it? What's your motivation for doing it? And she said, because they don't have our best interests at heart. We got to say something. We got to respond to all this greed, all this rampant greed that we're seeing in our land. We got to have something to say to that. And we got to be unashamed. We got to put our message out there. We got to speak with our dollars, vote with our money by not giving it to them. I thought that was powerful. A beautiful mode of clarity coming from this woman telling me why she was participating in the blackout. Not just because it sounded nice, but because it is a means by which to communicate a message that the powers need to hear. I love that kind of clarity. I love its deep audacity. I love its call for deep service and meaning in our land. I love that. I participated in the blackout. I hope you did too. And even if you didn't participate in the blackout, I am somehow hearing notes and social media posts that there may be another one coming down the pike very soon. There may be more opportunities to do this again, because you don't just do one and stop. You do more. You stay committed. You have clarity. And speaking of clarity, I keep asking myself, what would it take for me to have the same kind of clarity that the woman I spoke to a couple days ago had about the blackout? She was so clear-minded about the next step to take, and I was in wonder about, gosh, I want that. I want that clarity for my life. I want it for my relationships. I want it for my decisions. I want it for my commitments, the things I put my hand to in my life. I want that same kind of clear-eyed audacity. And how do I get there? How do I get it? Now, let me be clear. When I use the word clarity, I'm not talking about a kind of arrogance or a wanton single-mindedness. I'm not talking about this kind of posture that puts out the idea that I've got all the answers to all of life's meaningful questions. No, I'm not talking about that. That's not what I mean when I use the word clarity. See, when I use the word clarity, I'm talking about a kind of understanding within myself about the things that make me who I am, that feed my soul, that make my spirit whole despite all the brokenness I'm seeing all around me, the things that make my heart soar, my life's purpose even. See, clarity is it's a check-in. It's a mental check-in with myself about what's happening in me and what I need in order to thrive in the midst of all this craziness and greed and these oligarchical tendencies we're seeing in our land, all this change that's going on around me. If I can have clarity of mind in myself, I can weather any storm. See, I'm not talking about a self-righteousness. I'm talking about an understanding of who and what I am and seeking after that creation for myself all around me. In other words, I did a leadership class about 8 months ago, and one of the most beautiful gifts I received from that class was when the professor said, despite the world that you're in, that you can't control, you can still create a world for yourself. Yeah. That's a world. Somebody created that for us. Perhaps we were even complicit in its creation. That's another sermon. Today, we have understanding that despite that world and how it ever came to be, we yet still have the opportunity to create one for ourselves at the same time. That's the clarity. That's the clarity. So I've been in this mindset over these past couple of weeks, going through the process of writing a document for your spiritual center and getting it prepared for you to read. And understanding that this has been a very, very taxing, grueling, intellectually stimulating, exciting, mind-expanding, consciousness-raising exercise that has kept me up long nights, more than I can imagine, because I understand the weight of what this is. I understand that it's not just about a place, it's about an idea. I understand that we're not doing this simply because we want to survive. We're doing this because we want to thrive. We want to flourish in a crazy and chaotic world. I know that. I feel the weight of that every day. I eat it. I sleep it. I've sat with it. I've communed with it with your board. I've preached about it with you over the years. I have carried this story with you all these years. And now that I'm about, with your leadership, with your core team, with your executive team, everybody involved, to present something to you that is in writing, that spells this thing out, that gives it color, that gives it story, that gives it purpose, that gives it meaning, I am scared to death. Because it's not about numbers. It has nothing to do with membership rolls. We're not trying to redeem the Pew Center survey data. No. Our cause is deeper than that. The story that we're writing will outlive us. The change we seek to make, the world we seek to live in, we understand that we are a mere chapter of a book that's being written on our hearts, even as I speak right now this morning. It's not about us. It's about the gift we offer to the world. And I've been carrying that with you all this time. And I'm scared. Because I want to do it right with you. I want this to soar, not survive. I'm not looking for stagnancy. I'm not looking for get along. I'm looking for making a difference, speaking to the culture, putting a message out there that has been waiting to be heard with fresh ears and open hearts for decades in our culture. And that simple idea is that spirituality was, and will be exactly what our human hearts need for a better world of belonging and service and justice. I am not the inventor of that message. You are not the inventor of that message. What makes us different is that we seek to be a container for that message. See, clarity gives you the stamina to offer that gift no matter what comes. So I've been asking myself, what keeps me from having that clarity? What keeps me from experiencing that? Not just for you, NCC, and not just for the people that we meet outside, but even in our own lives. Let's be personal for a minute. Forget about this. Forget about the communal. Forget about the corporate. Just think about yourself individually for a moment. What keeps you from having clarity for your own individual lives? See, I don't think it has to do with needing more information or needing more intelligence. I think that having personal and collective clarity has a lot to do with coming face to face with the powers that cloud our judgment. I'm talking about the cataracts that cloud our clarity. I'm using cataracts as a metaphor for the powers that we allow to control our lives, whether we are cognizant of that or not. The cataract is still there. Let me think about my own life for a minute. Just go with me on this for a moment. My own individual journey. Cataracts have looked something like the idea that there's some person or authority out there that is somehow better than me, and they have all the answers to life's questions. And if I can just connect with them, they will resolve all of my problems. There's the cataract that says that I'm not responsible or accountable for my own decisions. I need to find someone else to blame so that I can feel better about myself. There's the cataract that says, I really have been serving these old messages, these old stories that no longer are relevant or significant in my life. I've allowed the things that people have said to me and the way they think about me, the things I ought to be doing in my own life, I've allowed those caricatures, I've allowed those stories, I've allowed those understandings to become gospel in my own life, my own truth, keeping me from being the best version of myself, clouding my life, obscuring my light, taking away my joy, making me smaller than. The cataract that I have used in my own life that says I gotta work so hard to please everybody. And of course, in the process of doing that, you please no one. I'm talking about me. This is not about you. This is me. I'm talking about me. Everybody here is perfect except me, so I'm just going to talk about me for a moment. Yeah. The cataract that says somehow these stories that we tell ourselves about what's true, right? The idea that the way I want to see it is the way it's got to be. And there can be no change. There can be no deviation. I have all the answers, and there are no other answers to be heard. I'm talking about the cataracts that I've allowed to overtake my own life. So I know what I'm talking about when I talk about that word of cataract, because it's been a part of my own experience over the course of my journey. And I know how it has clouded my clarity at times over the years. And you know, not only does it change my behaviors, but it also causes me to lose myself at times. To look out at the world and to say, oh, that person or that place is powerful and I am not. Oh, they have all the answers. They know the way to go, and I know nothing. And yeah, they somehow figured that part out, and I don't even know where to start. See, that losing of myself, it puts me in a place of powerlessness, as if I have no choices, as if I have no ability to create any world, as if I have no agency to do on my own. So when I use this word, when I use this understanding, I'm talking about clarity as an invitation. I want to be clear. I'm not offering this as a means to perfection. I'm not saying this as a doorway to getting all the answers. No. Clarity is not about seeing all the answers. No. Clarity is about seeing and knowing ourselves, our deepest loyalties, the things we care about, the mountains we will choose to scale no matter the fears that darken our doors. See, with clarity, we're able to move forward because we understand that the things that matter to us most, they are more important than the things that cause us fear. I'm talking right now. So place yourself with me in this moment of wonderment. Yeah, I can talk for hours about NCC, but let's just talk you and me right now, just heart to heart, person to person, love to love. What's the cataract in your life? Maybe you got one. Maybe you have two. Maybe somebody in here has 10 or 15. I don't know. I don't need to know. Only you can determine that. But I got to ask, not thinking about all this, not thinking about plans and property and spiritual center and writings and my brain and all. No, just you and me. What are the cataracts in your life? What have you allowed over the course of your story to create a world in which you live smaller than you want to be? What world was thrust upon you that has now become your truth? What fears have you prioritized over your passion? What cataracts need to be removed from your story so that you can have that clarity? What do you need to say to your fears? What words need to be said so that you can be free of that chain, free of that irrelevance, free of that limitation, free of that guilt, free of that pain, free of that suffering? See, I want to stress upon you again that it starts with your awareness of it, and then the hard conversation following. What cataract needs to be removed? What words should be spoken to those fears. Moving and creating a world, the world of love and strength and courage and wisdom. It starts with you. What's your word for those cataracts?
Dream, love, dream, Holy Spirit, help us dream of a world where there is justice and where everyone is free to build and grow and love and to simply have enough. The world will change when we dream love's dream. I'm dreaming of a world where the color of one's skin will mean less than what's within a person's heart. A world where water's clean and where air is safe to breathe, and every child's born has enough to eat. Dream, love's dream, Holy Spirit, help us dream of a world where there is justice and where everyone is free to build and grow and love and to simply have enough. World will change when we dream love's dream. I'm dreaming of a call God is offering to me, how to use my energy and my best gifts to do the work of Christ. To God, please use my life to spread your healing love and to live your truth. Dream, love's dream, Holy Spirit, help us dream of a world where there is justice and where everyone is free to build and grow and love and to simply have enough. The world will change when we dream love's dream.
So I hope that we are all challenged and encouraged to remove those cataracts and to do it knowing that we're not the only ones doing it. You now got a whole room of people who have the same challenge you do, I do, we all do. Okay, so let's do this. I'm grateful that I have an opportunity. I want to just create a space for you and me, just briefly. I want to hear some joys and some concerns. I know that the sun is now coming out, which gives us an opportunity to hear and be together. So I'm going to ask if there's a joy that you want to share with the community. I invite you to do that. If there's a concern for which you need prayer, I'm inviting that as well. And then also, I just ask that we keep it kind of brief, all right? Kind of keep it brief for me. Share the highlight, and then we'll be with you in this moment, okay? Cyrus, you have the mic, right? Okay, who will start? All right, we got one over there. Thank you, Cyrus.
I'm just happy that Brighton's here, and I think it's interesting. I thought about her name, Bright On.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that today is I get filled with a lot of youth. I start my alumni walking for water also at 1:30, and then that's exciting for me to think that I got young people that are 36 years old that are now part of Walking for Water. So.
And when is the walk again?
April 19th.
April 19th at the high school.
Yes, at the high school. It's a Saturday this year, guys. It's a Saturday. It's the day before Easter, and we'll have an Easter egg hunt, and it'll be a fun-filled day.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Who's next? Okay. Yeah. You got one behind you. There you go. Thank you.
We are staying at the Glasses house with Deborah and Jeff and Hannah, and we're so pleased that they opened their home to us. We're kind of moving around. We don't know where we're going at this moment, and they just opened their home to us indefinitely, which is pretty amazing. And so we're here today at this moment because we came to hear them sing and play, and your message has resonated so much with us, and so we feel so grateful not only to hear the beautiful music that they always create, but to hear you as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Kate, you next. You grab the mic.
I was going to give it to whoever wanted it.
Well, you're next. You're next.
Oh.
All right.
I do have a joy. I went out to visit my neighbor they were kind of my kids, and they moved out to Temecula. She has ALS. And the last time I had seen her, she looked really bad. Well, Thursday, she looked so much better, and I've been praying for both of them every day, and that was really joyful to see her
absolutely.
in such better shape.
Yes, what a gift. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, who's next? Okay. Yeah, we got one right there. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My
Hi.
name is Jessie Morgan.
Hi, Jessie.
Hello. I just want to say thank you. I praise God. I'm thankful. My heart is thankful. I thank you all for opening your courtyard. I slept outside for about a month with you all, allowing me to sleep there. I'm now at Friendship Shelter, and I just want to say thank you for your kindness and just opening your heart, and I'm just here to say that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful job.
Yeah, thank you, Jessie. Good to see you. Yeah, who's next? Who's next? Okay, got one all the way up here, Kate.
I'm getting my steps in.
I know. I told you. I promised you.
I'm happy that yesterday, along with Kate and Robbie, we went to tour the Ziggurat building with the group that's advocating for affordable housing
Yeah.
to be included in the new plans. The Ziggurat is coming down, and we're hoping that 15 acres would be dedicated to building affordable housing. And the icing on the cake for me was that there were a whole group of people there from UCI. Several of the organizers were students at UCI. And I happened to sit next to someone who said, "I think I know you." And I went, "Oh yeah, UCI." And it was someone, she and I had worked together some as colleagues at UCI. She ran the study abroad program. And one of the students walked with me and talked about how she had gone to the writing center where I worked and how much she had benefited from it. And it was just like being there again, hearing the student, and so much hope for the future, and also their dedication to a worthy cause of affordable housing.
Thank you. And for those who don't know, the Ziggurat building is a tremendous opportunity in Laguna Niguel for affordable housing. We've actually signed on to a letter to appeal to state politicians and local officials, really pushing for that site to be used in part for affordable housing. We'll keep our eyes on that, and we'll keep pushing forward in the months and years to come. Who's next? Who's next? Okay. Jeff, it's good to see you, brother, by the way. It's good to see you. I'm thankful, very thankful for the joys and the concerns that we heard. I want to create a moment of prayer, and I can't think of a better way to do this than to have Lisa come on up, Lisa, and help me out with our chant. Now, Susan Brown is not here today. I sent her a text and let her know that we were doing this today. She said, have Sally do it. So, Sally, come on up. Come on, Sally. Come on, Sally. We're going to do our chant for the morning. From you I receive. Next slide, Cyrus. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, in this we live. Y'all take it away. We're ready when you are. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, in this we live. Let's do it again. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, in this we live. Let's do it again. That was nice. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, in this we live. Thank you. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Spirit Mystery, we thank you for receiving our joys, for our kids, for their futures, for justice, for events coming up, for family events and connections that we savor and celebrate. We thank you for the gift of justice and equity and campaigning for a better world here in our own South Orange County, that affordable housing will continue to be prioritized and constructed right here in our backyards. We are so grateful that we can have this time of understanding and encouragement together. We're grateful for the joy of this morning, the sun shining and the birds singing as we came in today, the wonderful, wonderful gift of rain and wind and heart that we need so much in our lives. And of course, we offer these concerns that we have too for our health and our well-being, our financial ability, our medical issues that we face on a daily basis. We offer concerns for our family and our kids and for this world, for this very community in the country we call home. We are concerned, and we are glad that we can share in this with our friends and our neighbors next to us, this very community. And so give us the tools, give us the strength, give us the audacity, give us the ability, rekindle in us the passion, the loyalty, the desire to live into a world that only we can create. A world with its nuance, a world with its blessings, a world with its gifts, a world that is just seeking to be linked with others, a world that is just dying to be in connection with others just like it. Not perfectly like it, but very, very similar. All our hearts, all our powers, all our abilities coming together to realize and be in that world. We thank you for the strength to get it done. We thank you for the ability to see it through. May it be so, and amen. May it be so. May it be so. So just a couple thoughts. I touched on this in my talk a few minutes ago, and I just want to give you a couple of really important announcements. And I really want you to hear these announcements. So let's do this. Kate, let's go ahead and do the offering. Let's do that real quick. But I got a couple of really important announcements that I want you to hear about. So let's do the offering now. Let's get this going. And then we're going to make a couple of really important special updates for you to hear about now, okay? So let's do the offering. I'll wait a minute, and then we'll share these very important updates with you. And Deborah, everybody. You know, when Roxanna told me she was leaving, I said, can we have Deborah? And she said, sure. And I said, can I have a soloist? She said, yes. I had no idea we'd have an instrumentalist as well. Great job, Hannah. Great job. Yeah. Okay, so I have two announcements for you. The first is your patience is about to pay off, because this month I'm going to put this document in front of you for the Spiritual Center. And as I said to you before, this has been a labor of love between myself and your leadership. So you're going to see this very soon. I want you to keep your eyes open for this, because it's going to come to you this month. You have a chance to look at it before April. So hang in there with me. I am about to show you this. Your leadership team will present it to you. And I encourage you to be in thoughtfulness, be in wonder with me, be curious with me, be in that place of desire, the desire I talked about a few minutes ago, to create a world that wouldn't exist unless we pushed for it. It's very important that you hear it that way. We're creating a world of love and justice. I need you to hear it that way. I'll have more for you very soon, Jeff, I promise. A world of love and justice. Very soon, this month, is coming. I look forward to being in conversation with you about it very soon. Very, very, very soon. And then I want to invite Sue Cross and then Maya to come on up. Come on up, Sue Cross. Come on up, Maya. We want to update you on something happening this week, really soon. So this is coming up like now, right? So your Spiritual Center document will come later this month, but what's happening this week is super, super cool. And I want you to hear about this, all right? Let's do this. Let's get you a mic. Oh, okay, thank you, Cyrus. Yeah. I want you to hear about this, because this is coming up like immediately, and I want us all to be informed, okay? So hang in there with me. Give me a few more minutes. Everybody open your ears and listen up, okay? Go ahead, Maya.
Okay, so how many of you saw this article in the Indy on Friday? It says, is affordable housing possible in Laguna? Okay. And our answer is a resounding yes.
Yes. That's a world. That's a world.
So what Sue and I would like to let you know about is that on Thursday morning at 8 o'clock, we are planning to open the doors of City Hall and present our application for 44 affordable housing units and a spiritual center.
Wait, say that again? That was so nice. Say that again.
We are opening the doors to City Hall to present our application with Related California to build and manage 44 affordable rentals in Laguna Beach with a spiritual center that will be a place for people, as we talked about, who are really wanting to learn and grow in their spirituality together. So I just want to take a moment, because Pastor Rod did such an amazing job today to really, I think, get us into our heart space, and it's just inspired me just for a moment to let's just take a breath. And I just want us to really think about what this really means for the people that we're serving. this is monumental if this is accomplished, because these rentals will be for families to have a safe housing future. I know many of you in the room struggle with the fear every month that your rent is going to go up. I know it's real for some of us. This also will be a place where they won't have that threat of massive rent increases, and they'll have a safe place to raise their family. And also importantly, this will make a big effort in terms of generational wealth. We know the history related to that, and this will make a difference in those families. And then I know that we also have this desire, this mind-boggling desire to be a place of connection and mind-expanding learning, and a place where a place where community can gather. So just feel that future, because that's what we will be on the path towards. The city will have 90 days to review our proposal. This will be an administrative review going before the Planning Commission sometime likely in May. And after that, we will be looking for city, state, and other financing, county financing. And I know, that we are opening a door, and we also know that there will be fears that we all have and risks that we face. I want to let you know, been meeting with our neighbors again to let them know that we took down the 3rd story. We're now at the 44 units, and we had really good response from folks. We'll continue that dialogue, but we really had a really shift in the last, I'd say, 6 months. So I have this quote, and Sue always likes these really short quotes, so I found one for her. Leap, and the net will appear.
Yes. Go ahead, Sue. Say something. Go on, say some words.
I'd like to add just a couple of things. This is so exciting, and there was so much work leading up to it. I don't think we ever lost faith that we would get to this point, but we were tried. So I'd like to thank some of the other people who worked so hard on this, especially Peter Griffith. Absolutely, you have no idea how hard Peter worked, and how great his insights are, as well as his questioning. He's always got the right question that nobody else thought of, or the right idea that nobody else thought of, and I really appreciate you. And then I'd just like to add a little personal note. I have a 3-bedroom condo in Laguna Niguel that I'm lucky enough to own. And I was thinking, gee, maybe I could really downsize and save a lot of money and free up a lot of money if I sold the condo and rented a 2-bedroom apartment somewhere in South Orange County. Guess what? I can't afford to do that. Rentals are so sky high right now that I cannot find a 2-bedroom apartment to rent anywhere in South Orange County that will cost me less money per month than my mortgage does right now.
Yep.
So just another way of looking at the need. The need is tremendous.
Yep.
And we're doing our part, folks, and we hope to be an inspiration to others who might want to do their part as well.
So I remember that we gave these cards out a while ago when we started getting out in the news. We have more of these, and I'd like to make sure you have one of these in your wallet. So if somebody asks you a question about the development and you feel you don't know all the answers to that, that's fine. There's a lot of complicated, information. This has a QR code on it, so you actually only need one of these, and you just have them put their camera on this, and it'll open up the website. The website will be updated with the renderings close to what you saw last week. And we're looking forward to giving a little bit more information on the website about the rents and things like that. So make sure you get one of these. I know there's a few on the table. I've got a couple, Rod.
Yep,
we can pull them out of the office for today.
Yep.
So make sure you have at least one of these in your wallet. And then if you know any young adults, and I'm looking at Julia in particular, who are in the age range of about 25 to 35, we're going to be doing a focus group next week to try and hear their ideas about affordable housing needs in Laguna. We're particularly looking for folks that work in Laguna, because as you know, the housing will be prioritized for those that work in Laguna Beach. So if there's anyone you think of, let me know after church.
Okay.
Yeah, one last note on that about the younger generation. Not only has this church been aging and dwindling in population, but Laguna Beach has in general. The statistics show the decline in the enrollments in elementary schools, for example. So we're hoping to make a slight shift in that demographic so that younger people with families and children can afford to live here.
And have a place of belonging when they come. So I'm excited because what you just heard is 5 minutes of a 4-year story, y'all. 4 years it took for us to get to this point. Give yourselves a hand. 4 years. 4 years. And we still look good. Like, we still look pretty good after 4 years. Look at us. We look great. So I'm really, really thankful because I know how hard but also exciting this process has been for us. And just like your spiritual center, it's bringing all the things, the stuff we knew, the stuff we didn't know, and we've been adapting with you every step of the way. Someone said to me, how can you be fearful about the things that you're doing? I said, well, I look at fear as a motivator. I look at it as a real opportunity to respond back. It's not debilitating. It's encouraging. It's bringing me out of myself. It's rising me higher than anywhere I could have ever been. It's raising my sights above self-interest. Fear can be a powerful motivator, and that's what it's been for me these past 4 years. I'm excited at what we are creating together. And I look forward to doing it with you in the days to come. All right, so you're going to hear about the application coming out this Thursday. And before you leave today, I will have some cards if you want to take with you so you can pass them out in the community. All right? Let's take a moment and let's all breathe together. Breathe in. And then out. And then in again, and then out, and then in, and then out. How you feeling? How you feeling? You excited? Are you excited? I am over the moon excited because we are on the move and the story is yet still being written. I invite you to stand as you are able. Let's sing our final song for the morning. It's called Every Time I Feel the Spirit. I want to sing it with you, and then we'll be in the courtyard for food and drink.